It's survival of the fittest. Motherfucker. Get out of my way. The Black Critic Guy here with the first review for Foreign Film Month. And to start us off, we are traveling to the land of the rising sun to review the Japanese film Battle Royale. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you already know what Battle Royale is all about, but for those of you who don't, the film Battle Royale follows a group of 9th grade Japanese students who are placed on a deserted island and forced to participate in this thing called Battle Royale, which is a survival game where they must kill their fellow classmates in order to get off the island. And blood, guts, and total mayhem ensue. Now, I have heard about Battle Royale for years now, especially when the first Hunger Games film came out, where a lot of people were drawing comparisons between the two films. And yeah, they do share a lot of similarities, but they both kind of differ in overall tone and theme. But yeah, they do share a lot of similarities. And this goes without saying, but I've been pretty curious to check this film out, and now I finally got the opportunity to watch it, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, to be perfectly honest, this film has not aged well. Like, maybe when it first came out, people took this as a really serious film, but looking back at it now, it is a really, really over-the-top B movie. But it's a really good B movie. Like, I was not bored at all throughout this film. I was just having fun with it, and I just enjoyed the ride. Now at this point, you're either wondering or really pissed that I refer to this film as a B movie. But do keep in mind, just because something's a B movie does not inherently make it a bad movie. There have been a lot of fun, over-the-top B movies that I really enjoyed, like Black Dynamite and Drive Angry. And you cannot deny that many of the elements of Battle Royale, from its story to its characters to its over-the-top action, falls smack dab into the B movie category. Like I said, they have over-the-top action. The characters are constantly yelling, and their acting can range from pretty decent to not that great at all. Not to mention, one of the main elements of a B movie is the cheat factor. And nowhere is this more blatant than with their obviously fake props and weapons. And I really mean obvious. If you look really closely at some of the hatchets or the sickle that one girl had, they look rubber, or they look really, really fake, and I'm just like, oh man, come on. You could have made it look a little more realistic. It just kind of took me out of the moment, but at the same time, I was just having fun with the silliness of it all. And that's really what you should take away from this film. It's not trying to be anything deep or serious. It's trying to be something that's really over the top and a lot of fun to watch. And that's exactly what it is. But that is not to say that they can't have any serious moments. There are a few sprinkled throughout the film that were handled pretty well. My personal favorite is the one dealing with this character, Kawada. I hope I pronounced that name right. But his serious moment really shines a light on his character, why he's here, and a little bit of his backstory, which again was just really well handled and makes you really sympathize with the character. And since we're already talking about characters, there were a lot of fun characters in this film. Some were really over the top in the hilarious way, some were just complete badasses and psychotic, others were in the middle, and others were completely forgettable. But even with all these characters to choose from, honestly, there were only 4 that really stood out to me throughout the entire film and left a lasting impact. The first one being, of course, Kawada. Not only does he have a very interesting and emotional backstory, but the guy is a freaking badass. He is kicking ass and taking names. And to be quite honest, I wish he was the main character. This character is 10 times more fun and 10 times more interesting than the character that ended up being the main character. And we'll get to that guy real soon. The other standouts obviously were Mitsuko, this really deranged yet badass girl who's just unstoppable throughout the film. This other girl named Chigusa, I liked her backstory and I found her really interesting, although she kind of kicks the bucket early on in the film, which was a damn shame because she was just really interesting. And she's played by the same girl that was in Kill Bill Volume 1. And then there's this guy, who's basically like the Terminator in the film. He doesn't really talk. I think he said like one thing in the entire film, but this guy would just get shot and just get back up and just be smiling like, shoot me again, shoot me again. You could tell that this guy was not right in the mind. He was having way too much fun killing these people. Now, even though this film is a B movie and shouldn't be taken seriously, that's not to say that it's safe from scrutiny, because this film does have a couple problems with it. One of the major drawbacks of being a B film is that your film feels and looks really cheap. And that was clearly the case with Battle Royale. From its obviously fake props and weapons, to its lackluster visual and special effects, to its terrible green screening in some of their scenes, to the fact that they filmed during the daytime but tinted it to make it look like they were filming in the nighttime, which has always bothered me. I hate when films do that. The film as a whole just looks really cheap and can suck you out of the experience, as it did for me. The acting in the film, and this kind of goes back to it feeling like a B movie, wasn't all that great. I mean, there was some decent performances here and there, but a majority of them were really lackluster. Some of them going way too over the top or being way too bland and uninteresting. Which now leads me to the last and biggest issue that I had with this film, and that was our two leads, Sharia and Noriko. They are extremely bland and uninteresting. I mean, Sharia feels like a Shinji type character, not willing to really stand up and grow a pair and try to protect the people that he cares about. And I understand, you know, that's the type of character he is, and he does kind of come full circle, sort of. I wouldn't say he does come full circle, but he's just not interesting. He's really, really boring and forgettable. Like, halfway through the film, I totally forgot he was the main character. The only thing that I liked about the character is that he was played by the same guy that played Light Yagami in the live-action version of Death Note. The actor is really good, but his performance here, there wasn't nothing for him to do. The character just didn't have much going for him. But at least he's not as bland as our main female lead, who I have no idea what she did in this movie. Like, I don't think she did a single damn thing in this movie. She was completely forgettable. Overall, despite a few issues, I just had a really fun time watching Battle Royale. And as long as you go in with the mindset that it's trying to be this over-the-top, cheesy B action movie, you'll have a blast with it too. And that's why I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's definitely an enjoyable film. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film? Did you really enjoy it? Did you get a kick out of it? Or did you find it really boring and dull and you hated how cheap it felt? And let me know, what is your all-time favorite Japanese film? It could be animated or live action. Whatever it is, comment below and let me know. And as you can clearly see, I'm not going to be doing the in 4 words segment for any of the foreign films that I review this month, because that would just be way too many videos for you guys right there. That's video overload, and I don't want to oversaturate you guys with videos, and I don't want to overburden myself with videos as well. So I'm going to not do that for any of the foreign films, but I'll do it for all the anime and movie reviews that I do. So until the next foreign film review comes, guys, if you would like to be a part of the Black Critic crew and not miss out on a single awesome video on this channel, please hit that subscribe button below. Like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.